Wait, the IRS, DOA, DOE, and Environmental Protection Agency are stocking up on weapons, ammunition, and military-grade equipment? What could they need that for? Totally to protect us, right? Government agencies that are not a part of law enforcement by any means, like police, military, etc., have been purchasing and stockpiling ammunition and guns for quite a while now. It's nothing new with the IRS, but the fact of the matter is that they got $80 billion from the Biden administration to help reduce inflation. But before we go on and get into this more though, let's cue intro. So I'm sure you guys are curious here, why exactly do all of these government agencies like the IRS, Department of Agriculture, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Department of Education need weapons, ammunition, and military-grade equipment? These are all places that are not law enforcement and or military. So why exactly do they need them, right? It's a little fucking weird, isn't it? It's also kind of ironic, the fact of the matter, that they've been trying to, take away more gun rights and put more restrictions on things in an improper way instead of, helping us to regulate that better and to fix the socioeconomics of our country. They're giving more power back to the government. Especially with the Department of Agriculture getting freaking submachine guns. What does the Department of Agriculture need fucking submachine guns for? I'm just saying. In the past year, through the Inflation Reduction Act, the IRS specifically gained $80 billion in budget increases. Didn't they already have enough money? Now, mind you, that $80 billion is approximately 6.35% of an increase from their budget. It's fucking ridiculous, man. What on earth could they use that for? What would they need it for? Now, of this budget, $45.6 billion was dedicated to, in quotes, tax enforcement. Then, $725,000 has been spent on ammunition just in the last year. Why would the IRS, a tax agency, need to have ammunition rounds? If they needed any sort of, help with something that might be, violent or anything like that, or to, use SWAT team, etc., to get people to come with them, or vice versa, because they're afraid they might get attacked or something, couldn't they, I don't know, just request the help of local law enforcement? No, that's too hard. They don't need to do that. This purchase was in addition to their already 5 million round stockpile that they've had, which, again, why do they need so much ammunition? And why do they even need guns? They're a tax enforcement agency. It's not like they're military or police personnel. They don't need that stuff. Why would they need to have that? Now, in addition to this, they are also hiring 87,000 new enforcement employees. How many of those actually are going to be properly trained, by the way? That's another big question we should be asking here. Now, this is nothing new for the IRS to be stockpiling ammunition, I guess. However, though, why do they need said ammunition? I don't know. Not really necessary for them. They're a tax agency. That should be something for law enforcement and or military. You feel me? It just doesn't make sense. And especially, why would you need it to enforce it on the one percenters? I don't know. It sounds like they're trying to militarize the IRS potentially, which is never really a good sign. The IRS isn't the only ones to happen to use money for stockpiling ammunition and weapons, neither. The Environmental Protection Agency even has as well. Now, the EPA spent a whopping $66,927 on ammunition, which, again, why does the Environmental Protection Agency need that? They're saving the environment, not sitting there fucking needing to attack people or, use brute force on them. That's, again, for the military or local law enforcement agencies like the police. And again, the EPA isn't the last government agency to purchase guns and ammunition either. The DOA has even done it too, which is the Department of Agriculture. The Department of Agriculture spent $1.1 million on both guns and ammunition. Even agriculture spent $1.1 million on guns and ammunition. The Forest Service stocked up on .22 rifles. The National Resources Conservation Service assigned a $10,347 contract with Wild West Guns, LLC for guns through 30 millimeters. The Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service tallied the biggest tab at the Department of Agriculture, spending $22,336 on rifles and pistols, plus nearly $500,000 on ammunition, including buckshot, shotgun shells, and rifle ammunition. Now, apparently, the Department of Agriculture has been purchasing up submachine guns, and I don't know where exactly that is coming from on the things that I have seen. I haven't seen anything that links it to it, so we're not going to bother entertain it. But the .22 rounds can be used in semi-automatic rifles as well too, which is something that the government is not very fond of, people having semi-automatic weaponry. They just want single round weapons and stuff like that, so why would they have opportunities to get it but we wouldn't? I don't know. You kind of put the math there. How would that shift the balance in power or control? I don't know. Now, again, why is this happening? Administration's attempt to try to take away certain gun rights or restrict guns in some sort of way. It's a little ironic, don't you think? If they happen to succeed with that whilst doing this, wouldn't that happen to, I don't know, put more power into the hands of an already corrupt government, especially after everything with COVID and how much power they already gained from that? Giving them more power / control over we the people? Now, couldn't a lot of this money be used in more productive ways to help us? Things like making mental health evaluations that are extremely effective and strict on those who want to own guns to make sure they don't have any sort of mental health issues that are going to cause them to act recklessly or hurt others with said guns, especially strict with any sort of fully automatic weaponry for those that want it. Like, they have to have a clean bill of health and show that they can handle that responsibly and they're not going to act out, and do some stupid ass shit, and have, evaluations every so often to make sure that they're still in that same mindset, because people can get trauma, PTSD, clinical depression, etc., and do things that, they wouldn't do if they were in a healthy mindset. So naturally, yes, you should have those regulations in place so that way people don't do that. But not just completely strip it. The guns aren't bad themselves, it's the people that are using them. A weapon isn't bad until it's used for bad things. It's just solely a weapon. You can't make out weapons to be bad when it's not the weapons, it's the person behind them, because they are an extension of your soul. Just like my fucking pocket knife. This is an extension of my body. The knife itself isn't bad. It's not going to do anything, right? It won't do anything bad until it's in the hands of somebody with bad intentions is going to go to, stab you. Or try to kill you with it. It's the same concept with knives. So are we going to ban knives next? Just saying. We could have also used that money to, I don't know, investigating and removing significant amounts of corruption from the government or that's in the office right now. Because there's plenty of it, and it's fairly evident across many different branches of the government. It's crazy. A lot of that money could have been used to help with that and getting that shit done and out of the way. But they're not going to do that. Or maybe helping underfunded police departments with psychological evaluations and long-term training to prevent such violence and police brutality from going on that has been. So that way less innocent people die because of shitty and or racist cops, because plenty of people are upset about that. So why don't we put more funding into doing that and getting proper training done so those things are very less likely to happen? Because you can't prevent it entirely, but you can make it so it's very, very unlikely to happen at least. Now, back to the topic with the DOA. If you happen to look at the branches and kind of think a little bit on what they might need to use that money for, some of them make a little bit of sense versus others. So branches like animal and plant inspection, spending money on ammunition, mind you, they're not really going to use it for plants, but they could use it for inspection of animals, you know, in case they happen to have an animal that kind of gets ravenous while inspecting and tries to attack one of them. It makes sense that they'd need some form of defense with firearms for that, because it's going to make it so they don't die. I feel like that's kind of understandable in that sense. Again, you could ask for, you know, park rangers, etc., to accompany you with those, or police officers, all that stuff, people that have experience with firearms to accompany you. Which, again, I don't know if like forest, you know, preserves, like park rangers, etc., are part of the DOA, but like they would need that, you know. So in those cases it makes sense, whereas other cases it would not. However, you don't need agencies like the EPA spending millions of dollars over the last decade on guns, ammo, body armor, camouflage equipment, unmanned aircrafts, amphibious assault ships, radar and night vision gear, and other military-style weaponry and surveillance activities, according to a new report by Open the Books. That's all according to a new report done by Open the Books, which is pretty unbiased. The only thing they really give a shit about there is getting the truth out and open and into the public. Now, why does the EPA of all fucking agencies need military-grade equipment? What are they, starting to wage war on Mother Nature? Obviously, Mother Nature is our biggest threat, not our own government. Mind you, why are they doing this while trying to restrict our rights on guns, in addition to stripping us of body armor and or bulletproof vests? Because bulletproof vests totally kill people, right? Not those wearing it. The DOE spending money on guns and ammunition and bulletproof vests. Again, why does the Department of Education, of all places, need this shit? I thought it was a big no-no for teachers and everything else to have guns to defend their classrooms, which, oh wow. What happens less if those were, you know, instituted into our education centers? It'd be less likely for these school shootings to happen, wouldn't it? Now, remember that in 2016, a U.S. Marshal sat there and arrested somebody for $1,500 of an unpaid fucking student loan debt, which the dude was unaware he still owed. A little messy, isn't it? Dude just owed only $1,500 and they had to go and fucking arrest him and use a U.S. Marshal for it? It's a little fucking weird, isn't it? Dude wasn't even aware of it either. Find it really strange, right? The fact of the matter that all these agencies in the government that have nothing to do with law enforcement are just bulking up on guns and ammunition, in addition to military-grade equipment, which they don't need. If you need anything like that, you just ask for help from the military or law enforcement. It doesn't make sense, right? Again, why do they need all this fucking ammunition and weapons for things like tax enforcement, etc.? It's crazy. All that money could have been used to help benefit and fix our socioeconomics, which is completely fucked because of all the corruption we have inside the government and have for several decades. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. Why exactly do you think they need all this money for all this fucking equipment, considering the fact of the matter that they are not law enforcement agencies? They're supposed to be peaceful ones. But that's going to be it for us today, though, my dudes. If you guys did enjoy, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Again, it does help out and, you know, helps to get us further up there in the algorithm. Now, if you guys want a more interactive experience, come join us on stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on YouTube or on Twitch if you'd like. I'll leave links for those down below either way. And chill out with us. We talk about conspiracies, share some dark humor, memes, and I rage at people for being stupid in fucking games, etc. Feel free to come check that out. We also have movie/weeb night every other Friday. So, but yeah, and we also have a little community there on Discord. So, you know, feel free to join. Just don't be a dick and gotta be able to take a joke. But until next time, though, my dudes, please don't forget to live long and prosper, take care and peace, and keep it 1,000,000% real. I'll see you guys on the flip side.